Day 9, here we go. We're going to read from the book of Exodus, just the beginning of Moses' story and the burning bush. Joseph and his brothers grew old and died, but their children's children stayed on in Egypt, where they became a very large family. Later on, a new king began to rule, but this Pharaoh didn't remember Joseph, and he didn't like God's people. He made them into his slaves and beat them and made them work harder and harder. God's people cried out to God to rescue them, and God heard them. He remembered his promise to Abraham. God would look after God's people. God would find a way to set them free. One day, Moses was looking after sheep when something caught his eye. A bush was behaving very oddly. It was flickering with flames, but its leaves weren't burning up. He took a closer look. "Moses," boomed a big voice, and Moses leapt back. The bush was talking to him. "I have heard my people's cries," God said. "I have seen their tears, so I have come down to rescue them. Go to Pharaoh and tell him to let my people go free." Moses was afraid, but God said, "I will be with you." All right, now that we've read that story, maybe wonder about it a little bit. What would have surprised you the most? A bush on fire or a voice coming out of the bush? Wonder about some of those pieces. How would you feel if God was telling you to go do this really big thing, but God was saying, "Don't worry, I'm going to be with you"? I mean, do you think Moses was pretty nervous? Maybe. And think of something you have to do or something that you're worried about doing. Take a moment to pray about it and ask God questions you have and talk to God about your fears. And lift those up in prayer to God tonight. And make sure you put your ornament on your tree. All right. See you tomorrow.